Have you ever wondered what really happened to Will Byers that night? Not the official story. Not the cropped, edited, TV-friendly version. I mean the truth. The version that the show never showed us. The forbidden version that has been whispered about for almost a decade. Because last night, Stranger Things just dropped the first full 5 minutes of Season 5 and it changes everything. No, seriously. Everything. Let me set the scene. Picture this: Los Angeles, a private premiere screening. A theater full of influencers, critics, and people who probably haven't touched grass since 2016. They got to see episode 1 and the opening of episode 2. Meanwhile, the rest of us? Yeah, we got 5 minutes on YouTube. 5. And yet those 5 minutes were so intense, so revealing, so unbelievably bold, that when I saw them, I literally froze. Because Stranger Things just did something that some of us thought they would never dare to do. They took us back in time. Not to season 4, not to Eleven's childhood, but all the way back to 1983, to the exact night season 1 began, to the moment Will entered the Upside Down. But this time we are seeing it from Will's perspective, and let me tell you right now, it is haunting, it is emotional, and it is terrifyingly important. We open inside Castle Byers, not the regular Castle Byers, the Upside Down version. Rotten silent, like a memory that's been left out in the rain too long. And there he is, Will Byers, seasonally restored. He's lying on the floor, quietly singing, "Should I stay or should I go?" And I swear, the second I heard that, something hit me. Because in season 4, the song that saved Max was "Running Up That Hill." But in season 1, we didn't even realize it yet. This was Will's version of the same thing. His lifeline, his signal flare, his cry for help. Tell me that doesn't give you chills. Now here's where things get crazy. They didn't reuse season 1 footage. They didn't just put makeup on Noah Schnapp. They used the same deepfake de-aging tech they used on Eleven in season 4, yes. A child actress doubled for Will, and Noah's younger face was digitally layered on top. Now I'm gonna be honest. Some shots look incredible. Spot on, almost unnervingly perfect. Oh, but others. Boy, there are frames where Will's face looks like it was stretched in Photoshop by someone who had 5 minutes and was being held hostage. His eyes are like, "Hello, I am Larry Yomk." His head face URS ratio, uncanny valley speedrun. Audience question time: do you think de-aging technology is aging Ted enough yet? Yes or no below. I'm genuinely curious. But here's the thing, even with the imperfect visuals, the emotional weight lands. Because now, after 9 years, we finally see the moment Will is taken. And the Demogorgon? Yeah, if they show it this time. Will grabs his rifle, the same prop from Mike's basement DD metaphor, the symbol of pretend courage becoming real survival, and he fires it, a real-life fireball spell, straight into the Demogorgon's face. Tell me that is not one of the coldest parallels in Stranger Things history. But here is where the forbidden part begins, because in the original comics and early lore, Will wasn't just lost. He was chosen. Selected. Mark set aside him. Why out of every kid in Hawkins? The official narrative never explained it. The show never made it clear until now. Because after Will escapes to the tree, after the desperate climb, the breathless panic, the backpack caught on a branch, after the fall, the dirt, the pain, we see it, the Demogorgon drags Will not randomly but to a destination. To a place we've seen before. A place covered in vines more than anywhere else in the Upside Down. A place of infection, memory, and control. The library. And standing there in the shadows, not the Mind Flayer. Not the Demogorgon. Not the Hive. But something we didn't have a name for back then: Veta. Season 1 Vecna. Wanting. Choosing. This is the moment that rewrites the entire show. And before we continue deeper, let me say this once, naturally. If you're here because Stranger Things is more than a show to you, if it's mystery, comfort, nostalgia, fear, theory, emotion, then stay with us. I break episodes like this down every time. So if you want to stay part of this story with me, subscribe. Alright, moving on. Vena steps forward, Will is restrained, and something starts flowing into him. Not air, not poison, not just spores, but particles. Have mindcode identity rewriting. This is where Will's connection began. The reason he could sense the Mind Flayer, the reason he felt the Mind Flayer, the reason the Mind Flayer chose him. And if that's true, then Will is not just a victim, Will is the key. So now I want to ask you the real question: do you think Will is going to become the villain of season 5? Yes, no, or something in between? Let me know in the comments, because the answer matters. And right here, pause with me for a second, because the why this scene is shot. It doesn't just want to remind us of season 1 nostalgia. No. It wants to reframe the entire origin of this story. Because think about it, if we're seeing Will's perspective Nobu after all these years, it means the writers are doing surgery on the narrative. They're not just showing us what happened. They're telling us, you missed something. Something important, and that alone is terrifying. Because when we go back to the beginning in any story, it means the ending is going to hit UCH harder. Now, while Will is singing, "Should I stay or should I go?" it's not just a cute callback. That song is literally functioning as a life preservation anchor, a heartbeat, a signal, a lifeline to reality and the Upside Down. is trying to cut that lifeline. But then we get to the part everyone is talking about online. The de-aging. Let's be honest, some shots look clean. Some shots look like a PS2 cutscene got lost in a Netflix server. Like, am I the only one who saw one frame where Will's face looked like someone dragged the enlarged facial features? Slider to 200%, no hate. No disrespect. But you saw it. The internet paused and zoomed in. But here's the thing, this scene didn't need to look perfect to be effective. It just needed to feel true. And emotionally, it hits like a truck. Because we're not watching an effects shot. We're watching trauma in real time. Will isn't lost. He's being hunted. And then the big moment. The Demogorgon appears, fully visible this time. Not just the camera shake, not just the door slamming, not just the cuts it charges. And Will does something that changes everything. He fights back. He lifts that weapon. The same one he held playing D&D, and fires into the monster's face. That right there is character symmetry symbolism. Echoed storytelling. The writers are saying, the campaign was never just a game. Now pause. Because I need to ask you something. Genuinely. Do you think Will fought because he believed he could survive? Or because he already knew he wouldn't? Comment your answer. Because that single question defines Will's entire emotional arc and his future role in Season 5. I want to see what you think. But then the chase. The tree. The woods. The near fall. The backpack. Still holding his character sheets. Getting snagged in the branches. Symbolically, that is Will's childhood being torn away, innocence, his safety, his home. Left hanging. Out of reach. This isn't nostalgia, this is a horror origin story. And this brings us to the moment no one expected to see. This soon. Will is dragged into the library. The hive nest. The place where all vines connect. The place Vecna uses as a nerve system core. Meaning it was here. From the very beginning. Not Season 4 reveal. Not retcon. Not guesswork. And when Will is pinned to that wall, and those vines attach to his face, and that yellow hive fluid begins to pump into him, that's not possession. That's a possession. Infection. Transformation. It means Will isn't just connected to the mind flayer. He was manufactured as a living conduit. Which means, say it with Mint, Will Byers is the key. The first victor. The first chosen one. Not Eleven. Not Vet Hopper. Not Mike Will. And if that's true, then Season 5's final battle is Malev as Vecna, it's Wilvis himself? Okay, real question. If you were in Will's place and you were trapped in the upside down, and all you had was your childhood, your memories, your friendships, would you fight or would you hide? Comment 5G8T or HEDE below. I want to see how many of you would actually survive Hawkins.